Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Today, we arrive at Interlagos for round 6 of Division 2 here in Season 4 in DER. Currently, we have Nick at the top of the timesheet with a 1 minute 8.7 as the rest of the drivers set their first flying lap. We've got Wazah with a purple middle sector here. As he approaches the line, he's currently in P4, and he goes to pole position with a 1 minute 8.757. Lovely lap. Up to the line now for Nick. Let's see if he can improve on his time. He improves by 1.5 tenths, and that promotes him to P3. Expedito up on his time. He's currently in P10, 1 minute 9.1. Let's see if he can crack the 108s here. Oh, lots of smoke in the background there. Up to the line for Expedito, P9. He improves by 2 tenths, and he gets into the 1 minute 8s. So as you all have probably noticed, the smoke glitch is still with us. It's been at least a couple weeks now, I'm pretty sure. Looks like this is where everyone is going to take a short break, get their wits about them, and then prepare to rejoin the track for their final lap, their final push for pole. Kev the Slice might be on a lap here. And he is. He sets the purple middle sector, and he is 2 tenths up on his previous lap time, which at the time was good enough for pole position. He's currently sitting in P5 with a 1 minute 8.7. Let's see what he can do now. Up to the line, he goes P2 with a 1 minute 8.5, less than a tenth off of pole. It's looking very tight at the front of the field. Looking very tight in general. From P1 to P12, we have a 9/10 separation. Here we go then. Pixel Cookie, 1 minute 8.885, roughly 4 tenths off of pole position. He's coming up to the line now. What can Pixel Cookie do? Oh, we've been tricked. We've been tricked by the Delta. For some reason, his lap time is still going. Very interesting stuff. Oh, and what is going on with this game, man? let's just forget that happened. Motion God, 3/10 up on his time. He's currently in P13. A 3/10 gain would promote him to P12, and if he can improve more, he can see an even bigger jump in position. He improves by 3/10, and he moves up into P12. Solid lap from the Mercedes driver. The Barteau 4 has set his first flying lap, and it's good enough for only P5 from your championship leader. 1 minute 8.7, he's coming into the pits now, and I would imagine he's going to fit a new set of tires and go out for one more lap. Speaking of the championship, let's look at the updated standings after last race. In the Drivers' Championship, we have actually had a change in the Drivers' Championship. The Drivers' Championship is now led by Shiv, who is not present today. In second place, we have the Barteau 4, and in third place, we have Super Sean. So this is a big opportunity for the Barteau 4 and Super Sean to make up ground on Shiv. Moving on to the Constructors' Championship, Aston Martin lead, followed by Alpine and Ferrari. Super Sean is on a lap. We're going to ride on board with him. Currently third place in the Drivers' Championship, only in 13th so far here in qualifying. His current lap is a 1 minute 9.0. He just got jumped by Motion God. He's going to look to improve his time here and get up into at least the top 10. Going down the main straight, hot lap battery mode, DRS enabled. Up to the line now. What's it going to be for Super Sean? He improves by 3/10 and is promoted to 8th place, 1 minute 8.7. Just 10 thousandths of a second off of Waza in P7. Queasy improves on his time and moves up into P11, 1 minute 8.9. Kev the Slicer starting his lap. Ishii is on a lap as well. We haven't seen Ishii this far up the field too often this season. Let's see. Ishii's highest finish was P5 in Australia. So this is a great start to qualifying here for Ishii, currently in P3, just 3 thousandths ahead of Nick behind him in the Alpine. That being said, he's only a 10th behind pole. Comes across the line, improves by nearly a 10th of a second, and is just shy of pole position. He's currently in P2. Firefly, his session is over. He didn't start his lap in time. And that will be the benchmark for the rest of the grid. 1 minute 8.484. That is the time to beat, ladies and gentlemen. Kev the Slice is improving, and he is improving by a lot. If he can keep that going, he will take it. Across the line, Kev the Slice takes pole position with a 1 minute 8.3. Nick is still on his lap. The Barteau 4 is invalid. And that is the end of the Barteau 4's qualifying. And Waza comes out of nowhere and takes pole position in the McLaren, 1 minute 8.3. Does Nick have something to say about it? He's currently gaining by 1/10. That isn't enough. Let's see if he had a good third sector across the line. It isn't enough. He gains on the timesheets, but not his position, and he stays in 5th place, and that is it for qualifying. Waza takes an incredible late pole position here at Brazil, and he will start the race in 1st place. It's always good to see when drivers are getting faster and they're progressing since their first races in our league, and I think Waza is a perfect example of that. You know, he's been with us for a while, mostly in D2, but he's also done a few D1 races, and he takes pole position here today, and he's been having a rather good season so far. It must be said, P6 in the Drivers' Championship, took a podium, in Silverstone, and not to not to say anything bad about him or put him down or anything like that. He hasn't exactly been at the front of the field since being in DER, but he takes pole position today, and he's been phenomenal so far this season. So congrats to Waza. Looking at the rest of the grid, we got Kev the Slice, Firefly, Ishi, Nick, Bartofor, Roberto, Super Sean, Pixel Cookie, Lawson, Queasy, Expedito, Motion God, Mohammed, and Blue Dark. I'm just going to run to the bathroom for a quick second. I will be back shortly. Just in time, the drivers are almost finished the formation lap. Let's see the tires that they have gone for. We have another wide strategy. That's not what I meant to say. We have lots of different strategies, like last week here in Brazil. So we've got 6 drivers on soft tires. Quick maths. We got 1 driver on the hards. The rest of the grid, the other 8. Yes, 8 are on mediums. So I'm expecting a soft medium or a medium soft. I don't remember tire being particularly high here. But you never know, and we will have to wait and see. 5 lights on ahead of the drivers. It's lights out, and away we go. Wazag gets a blinding start off the line, and he is off into the distance. Into turn 1 we go. Firefly gets pressured by Nick, but keeps the position. Kev the Slice stays in P2, and Wazah stays in the lead. Nick, already up a place, made a move on Ishi into turn 1. We've got Roberto battling with the Bartofor for P6 here. Into turn 4 we go, side by side, the Alpine and the Aston Martin. Roberto's forced to go wide, but he keeps it on the track. Side by side with Lawson and Pixel Cookie. Good clean racing from them. Queasy looks down the inside. Currently battling with Expedito for P11. Expedito down the inside. They're still side by side here. Little lock up on the front right, but he goes round the outside. Beautiful move from the Williams driver. Muhammad up a place in P13. Motion God down one on those hard tires, and Blue Dark in P15, rounding out the field. After lap 1, nothing too crazy. No one off the track, no crashes yet. And your hero of lap 1 goes to Super Sean, up 2 places. He's currently in P6. And we don't have a biggest faller of lap 1. We have 5 drivers who have dropped 1 place, and that is all so far. Oh, Firefly goes off the track. I'm not sure if he made contact or if that was self-inflicted, but that puts Nick right on his gearbox here in the middle sector. Oh, Ishii! Ishii dips a wheel in the grass. And that makes Ishii the biggest faller of lap 1. He is now down in P11, dropping 7 positions. We have one big DRS train. Not a single driver is outside 1 second so far. Nick is catching Firefly in the RB. He has a look down the inside, but decides not to go for it. He knows that there is another DRS zone coming up right here. He's in the slipstream. He enables his overtake button, and he's using his DRS. Firefly has his front wing end plate missing on the left side by side into turn 4. Nick has the inside line, and he gets the move done. Firefly is getting pressured by Super Sean as well here, side by side. Into turn 6 we go. With the outside line, Super Sean gets the move done. Firefly comes back at him though, down the inside. They're still side by side. And Super Sean prevails. Firefly loses 2 positions there in the first sector. Oh, down the inside goes Roberto on the Bartofor. Beautiful move from the Italian in the Aston Martin. Oh, Roberto's made a mistake coming out of Hunkau corner, and he drops a couple places. He's down into P8. DJ Lawson and the Bartofor will say thank you very much, and they will continue on. We've got Kev the Slice and Firefly in the pit lane. They must have made contact. DJ Lawson sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:11.0. He's currently looking to make a move on the Bartofor. Hello, Ghosted. Welcome to the stream. That's all good. If you wanted to join the commentary box on PS4, we can make that work. Little cockpit shot from Roberto. About half a second behind DJ Lawson here. And once again with Firefly, I don't know if it's just bad luck, but once again we've seen him have a great qualifying performance, and then when it comes to the race, it just all goes down the tuba here. He's in P15, plumb last, down 12 places, and he's got a penalty. The Bartofor sets the fastest lap, cracks the 1:10s. He's currently in 4th place. Gained 2 positions since lap 1. And we've got Nick making a move for the lead here. He goes round the outside, breezes past Wazza down the straight. And we have a new leader of the Grand Prix. Nick takes the lead in the Alpine. Wazza being pressured by Super Sean, a championship protagonist this season. He's looking to maximize his points with our championship leader Shiv not present. Here we go then. Super Sean's got a good run on Wazaa. Going down the main straight. 2/10 separate the McLaren and the Red Bull. Wazaa has DRS on Nick, which is aiding him in his defense. Super Sean doesn't have a gap, and he is forced to stay where he is in P3. Wazaa got a good run out of the Senna S. Is he going to make a move on Nick on lap 6 here? Is he going to retake the lead? Into turn 4 we go. Wazaa goes to the outside, but Nick is later on the brakes and keeps P1. Super Sean all over the back of the McLaren driver. Is he going to send it down the inside into turn 7? Here we go. Super Sean side by side with Wazaa. And Wazaa keeps second place. What a battle between these three. But don't count out the Bartofor. DJ Lawson, huge snap of oversteer. Coming out of turn 10. Wazaa, after 6 laps, has lost DRS from first place. He lost it in the middle of the straight, but using the rear wing to his advantage, he's able to get back within 1 second. And it is really trumping, Super Sean here, as he gets overtaken by the Bartofor. Beautiful move from the Alpine driver, going round the outside, coming out of nowhere really, and moving up into the podium places. As I was saying, Super Sean kind of getting trumped by Wazaa's straight line speed there. When Wazaa had DRS, Super Sean was losing time down the straight. So Wazaa looking to stay in DRS. He is currently right on the cusp as we approach the detection line. If he can keep DRS, he will have a much easier time keeping the Bartofor behind, but I don't think he's going to get it here. The Bartofor has a great exit, and he has DRS. He's going to breeze past. Takes the inside line, and we have an Alpine 1-2. Is Super Sean going to go for it down the inside? He has a look, but Wazaa is still in P3. Oh, slight contact there. I think Super Sean was looking to make a move, but Wazaa didn't see him. And there was some slight contact there. Thankfully, no damage on either car from what we can see. DJ Lawson has some pace. DJ Lawson has some pace, and DJ Lawson up into P3. It was a lovely move, but he makes contact with Wazaa. I'm not sure if he's going to get a penalty for that, for overtaking off the track. It looks like he isn't, but Wazaa is going to come back at him. Wazaa sails past the Kick Sauber driver down the straight, and Wazaa back up at the P3. Nonetheless, a great move by DJ Lawson. Down the inside goes Roberto. Slight contact with him and the Sauber driver. Got lots of wheel banging here in the first part of this race. Fairly clean for the most part. Oh, another send from the Aston Martin driver. That one wasn't very clean, in my humble opinion. But he gets the move done, and he is up in the P4. I think there's a few corners at this track where it's a bit of gray area. It's oh, more contact, and this time it's Waza that gets swept off the track, and he loses 4 places as a result. As I was saying, there's a lot of corners on this track where they're very long corners, and as a result, it's easy to just send it down the inside, and you can make a move work. But that being said, it can also promote some dirty driving because not everyone is expecting someone to go for a dive from 3-4 tenths back. The prime examples of this are turn 7 or 8, I'm not sure. But that entire sequence in the middle sector. Oh, more contact! I think that was just clumsy from Expedito on that particular occasion. I think he was just a bit too late on the brakes and he ran into Ishii. Turn 1 is like this. I believe it's turn 7. It's this corner right here that Ishii is coming up on. This one. This one you can easily send it down the inside from miles back. And same with this corner. I believe it's turn 10, which we just saw a couple laps ago with Roberto. So I hope the drivers are going to continue to keep it clean for the rest of this race, but we did see some flashes of dodgy driving there. Super Sean comes into the pits. He is on the soft tires, so I don't think that is due to damage. It is simply because his tires have ran out of grip. Ishii looks like he cut the inside a bit there at turn 2, and he has some front wing end plate damage as well. And Blue Dark receives a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So we're going to take a look at penalties really quick. We got 10 seconds for Blue Dark, 10 seconds for Firefly, and we have both Williams drivers with 3-second track limit penalties. Contact between Roberto and Ishii, but Ishii is able to find a way through nonetheless. Roberto currently stuck in a Williams sandwich. Looking at tires now. We are waiting for the top 7 to make their stops. Everyone else has pitted. Kev the Slice and Firefly pitted on lap 4 for the hard tires. It is probably possible to take those to the end, but the tires will be screaming by the time the checkered flag is waved. Roberto gets overtaken by Expedito this time, and he's unable to find a way back through because Expedito has DRS on his teammate. So both Williams drivers making swift passes on the Aston Martin. Here we've got Waza looking to make a move on his teammate. He's going to make 2 moves in one go here. He's going to look down the inside of Firefly, but that was a little bit too ambitious, I'm afraid. He makes contact with the RB driver, and his teammate Pixel Cookie will re-overtake him. He's going to get it done now, though. No, doesn't send it. Pixel Cookie makes a move on Firefly. Now Firefly is caught in a McLaren sandwich. So Ghosted says Roberto, Ishii, and DJ Lawson have front wing damage. We've got 4 cars duking it out for P9 here. Oh, contact! And Firefly is the victim. Huge lockup from Motion God, looking for a way past Pixel Cookie. And the Bartofor comes into the pits and switches to the hard tires. I'm pretty sure a soft medium or a medium soft in their case is possible, but a medium hard is definitely the safer option. And Kev the Slice receives a track limits penalty. Firefly looking for a way around Motion God. He goes round the outside. Beautiful move. But he makes a mistake coming out of the Senna S, and Motion God keeps the position. Firefly and Roberto side by side. Queasy hot on their heels. And Roberto's going to go down the inside and take the position. Side by side, Pixel Cookie and Motion God. Great racecraft from these two. Oh, and it's an almighty send from Firefly. He hits his teammate and proceeds to make contact with Roberto. And now it has just turned into a bit of a crash fest here on lap 16. Whoa, lots of lag from Pixel Cookie. What's going on here? That is very odd. I hope it's not like that on Motion God's screen, because that would be very difficult to race with. And Waza makes a move on Expedito. He is now on a comeback surge up in the P6. Okay. Expedito looking for a way past Wazza, but he locks up his front left tire, and he actually makes a beautiful switchback on the McLaren, and he gets through. He's got DRS, so it's pretty safe to say Expedito is up in the P6. Oh, but he makes another lockup, and he's making contact with Wazza now. And Wazza drops back a bit, so Expedito is up in the P6. Hello, Ghosted.
Good to see you.
It's good to hear from you. I'm not sure if the stream can hear you.
Maybe it again.
I'm just gonna double check here.
Just double check it real quick here. I just don't have F1 on my PS5 installed yet.
Yeah, that is all
I'll be
good.
doing that very shortly.
All good. Yeah, they can hear you.
Good,
So
good.
I will start. Oh, Pixel Cookie, and it's a safety car, VSC.
Perfect moment for you to start to share screen.
Perfect timing. Okay, party.
Oh, lovely. I've not practiced for tomorrow yet, but
Not me neither.
I know the capabilities of the car. I know the capabilities I have, so I should be okay.
So for those of you who don't know, I am currently in the commentary box with Ghosted. He's one of our Gran Turismo drivers, so say hello if you don't know
Hello,
him.
everybody. It was a very hefty battle. A lot of people with damage, I saw.
Yeah, the qualifying was great. Everyone was super close. It got a bit chaotic there in recent laps in the race, but it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, pretty unlucky from Wazza, like qualifying on pole position,
Yeah.
and then just unlucky a lot of damage and a lot of, I would say, unsafe overtakes being done.
Yeah, but he's making a pretty solid comeback. Currently in P7, two drivers in front of him have penalties, so still lots to come here on lap 21.
True. Nick with a massive gap will still have to pit one time.
Yep.
I think he's gonna go to softs to the extent that he's going right now with the mediums.
That would make sense.
Same with DJ Lawson. Also, I think best strategy go to the soft. If you go hards now, I wouldn't see a reason why he should do that.
Yep. Got Wazza and Expedito continuing their battle here at the safety car restart. Wazza just 2/10 behind the Williams driver. And the red light is flashing.
Not close enough.
Not close enough
here.
just yet.
Normally a very good overtake opportunity in that corner.
Yeah.
At least if you can get the car stopped. If you cannot get it stopped, it's another hell.
And we have another retirement.
Oh, Kev.
Kev the Slice. He was running in 5th place, and we can see his
into
Ferrari.
Barrier.
Wow.
Think he might have gone a snap of oversteer, couldn't correct it soon enough, and yeah,
Yeah,
rest is history.
probably at the flat out left-hander here. Couldn't get the power down.
Very painful. He's driving a really
So
good race, to be fair.
he was. It's another VSC. Let's see if it is upgraded to a full safety car
DJ
here.
Lawson into the pits, going onto the soft tire, like
That
we
would
expected.
that would be smart. You save.
Obviously, with VSC, you will have a very short amount of time in the pits compared to if you're on actual like racing territory.
Exactly. So DJ Lawson makes good use of that VSC, and he's able to switch his tires and maintain track position. He's currently in P4.
Nicely done.
Oh, but he actually
Oh,
got a
but a
drive-through
drive-through.
penalty.
Same with Super Sean,
And
also
same with
got a
Super
drive-through
and
penalty.
Motion God and Blue Dark.
Yeah, Super Sean got it because of speeding under the VSC, which just amateur, I would say. You know the Delta, and yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the Delta can be a bit silly under VSC,
Yeah,
but
true.
he was having such a good race, and this will surely be ruining his finishing position here. DJ Lawson coming into the pits immediately to serve that drive-through.
Yeah, I think it will come out around P9, since that Motion God also has a drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
P8 or P9? Yeah, P8. He got away with it. Still painful
It's the
to
yellow
see.
flag. It's
That's
Muhammad
Mohammed
in the
into the
wall.
barrier.
He's lost his entire
But
front wing, but he is able to continue running.
I'm curious when Nick is gonna come into the pits. He had a perfect opportunity a second ago to go into the
Oh,
pits
and he
and
comes in
didn't
now.
take it. A little late from him. I would say he threw away his potential win here.
Yeah, so he's gonna get overtaken by the Bartow 4, maybe even Expedito as well here.
I think Expedito is way too far behind him to make a lunge. He's just coming on to the straight. Yeah, he's not making that.
Yeah, Expedito is gonna be about 5 to 10 seconds behind Nick here.
And maybe Nick playing the team game with Batolfer, knowing
Yeah,
that the
Nick.
championship leader is not racing today.
Yeah, so Nick might have given the position to Bartow 4 anyways due to the championship battle, but regardless of that, the Bartow 4 has
An issue
taken the
with
lead
another
anyways.
3-second penalty. He's just racking him up.
So what's been a great recovery drive from Expedito and a solid race from Ishii as well. The penalties are kind of killing the Williams drivers right now.
It's painful to see because they're on a P3 and P4, but with all those penalties, they're gonna drop down both out of the top 5.
Both of them are going to drop 2 positions here if
Yeah,
the
it's gonna be,
gaps stay the same.
That is painful to see because the Williams drivers driving a pretty good race together, but just too many incidents and too many penalties they've been taking. Something you don't like to see.
Yeah, Wazak can get back up into the podium after all. He's just got to keep it clean here for the next 10 laps.
Oh, almost spinning out on throttle there.
Yeah. A lot of the drivers are on old hard tires, so they need to watch out here with 10 laps remaining.
Yeah, person with the freshest hards is right now Ishii with 10 laps old. And
Yeah,
then
the 2 Williams drivers.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say hards would be the nicest thing to be on. But it really depends on what strategy you go for.
I think the softs are very effective here, more so than other tracks, because the tire wear isn't high enough to force you not to use the softs. You can run a medium soft here, and they're relatively quick as well in the race scenario.
You gotta think about if you do a medium to soft, it will like lack pace at the end of your medium stint. Um, if you look at people that are behind you and they pit a lot earlier, they're gonna make a lot of time back.
Mhm. So Nick is 9 seconds behind his teammate, but let's see if he can make up some ground here on the fresh, soft tires.
He's already on 8.7 seconds, so if he
Yeah,
keeps this up, he might be able to get that P1 after all.
I think at a certain point the soft tires are going to lose a bit of their performance, but right now Nick has the clear tire advantage. He's already gained 5 tenths in that last sector there, and he's getting the gap down to under 8 seconds.
Driving one hell of a stint here. Already up to 7.5, I think, over the line it will be. That's 7.6, 7.7.
Just going to make sure that my sound is okay here. That's good. I don't race. I only commentate on F124, so usually I don't have to change too much.
Would love to have a
Getting very
commentator on
close.
GP.
Yeah, it would be cool. Another corner cut for Expedito. I don't think it was a penalty, but he's getting close on another one here. He's got to be careful.
It's, yeah. I'm pretty sure both of them now on 6-second penalties. So it's really on track position who is going to win it. Oh, not. Ooh, not yet. Expedito gets another penalty. It's going to be a team battle, which
Yeah.
they're already doing. They're really, really, really banging wheels against each other. Which, seeing that was Oz behind them, maybe not the best choice to do.
No. No team orders here for Williams. They are fighting
Exactly.
hard to the end for P3, on track at least.
Yeah, sadly they have both gotten penalties. Otherwise, it would have been a great battle between the two.
Mazar getting closer and closer as every lap goes by, and he's going to make a move here into turn one. Has a look around the outside.
Expedito is braking very late. Does make the exit though.
Great defending from Ishii there to keep Wazar behind.
And Nick's time gain is slowing down a bit.
Yeah, the tires are starting to lose a bit of their grip. The gap is still in the 7-second range.
I don't think he has the tire advantage to get that P1 back. I think if he would have pitted under the VSC, he would have had a bigger shot on P1, but
Yeah,
he just pitted too late.
I think he might have been past the pit entry when the VSC came out. That might have been part of it.
That might have been a part of it. I'm pretty sure the VSC was active for about 2 laps, so...
Well, that's right. There was 2 VSCs, 2 opportunities
so I
for
don't
him.
know why he decided to pit after the VSC ended. Might have been a wrong call on his end, but yeah, I think even with a P2, he will be quite happy.
So the Williams drivers are still keeping Wazaa at bay here, but like we've said,
also on the back
with
of
the
Wazar,
penalties,
absolutely pushing him along.
Super Sean has had quite a good comeback here. So we are going to have a legit battle between Super Sean and Wazaa here.
Which will be for the last podium position.
Once the penalties are factored in.
Exactly. Wazar just looking to make a move.
Some contact
even tapping
there.
his front wing. Doesn't need to do that many more times, otherwise he's gonna lose his front and wing end plate, and you do not want this on this track. This track is definitely needed for their front wings. If you lose a tiny bit of it, you will probably lose like 3-4 tenths a lap at least.
Especially in these late stages of the race, you're going to want all the performance you can get. We've got the two Williams side by side, and Wazaa looking around the outside. but
Well, he moved out.
Expedito and Ishii continue to do a great job in their defense.
They don't need to be battling this hard though, not making
No.
any mistakes or making any unnecessary crashes, because that will not make them very happy.
At the end of the day, if they're not fighting Waza and Super Sean too hard, then there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. They're not really going to lose or gain anything by letting them through.
Exactly. Nick right now on 6 seconds behind Bartolfo. I don't think he's gonna make this. I don't think he's
No,
gonna make 1.5 seconds per lap. Those
he gained
softs.
quite a bit since the pit stop, but it wasn't enough
Super
to
Sean at the
regain the
back
lead.
of Waza again, but does he have the battery to take him? He does. He has a lot more battery than Waza
He's
does.
deploying hot lap into turn one. We
Will
go.
he make
Waza has
it?
the inside.
Keep each other alive, boys.
And he gets the move done. They both have DRS. One thing I noticed is that
Quite a
Waza,
tidy overtake.
Waza's got some good straight line speed, but he doesn't have the battery to keep up with the Red Bull.
I think he burned a lot of his battery trying to keep up with those Williams, but
Mhm.
did not expect to have Super Sean this close behind him.
Yeah, you can see Super Sean on 40%, Waza on 30. Waza currently recouping his battery. He's using no deployment at all. Super Sean on medium.
It's interesting how Waza was using his overtake and everything, because you would have think that he knew that Super Sean was this close, but I think he was pushing a little bit too hard and too soon to try to catch up to those Williams drivers, what he didn't even have to do, considering those guys have penalties. That all he had to do was just casually stick behind them and not make any sort of moves.
Yeah, once
And
Waza
yeah,
caught up to the Williams drivers, Super Sean did a great job focusing on his pace, and he ended up
there's
catching
a
up
yellow
to
flag
Waza.
in sector 1. That might be DJ Lawson
I
that
think it
went off for a
is.
second.
I think it
Yeah,
is
he
DJ
went off for a
Lawson.
second, yes.
He seems okay though.
I think he just outbraked himself on turn 1,
Maybe.
which is very easy to do on this track, considering turn 1 is a bit of a downhill. Not much, but you will definitely feel it.
We only have a couple more laps where the safety car is able to come out. Once we start lap 35, the safety car will not come out because in F124, the race cannot finish behind a safety car.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that.
You learned something today. And Waza has dropped out of DRS 1.5 seconds behind Super Sean.
Oh, wheel banging again from the Williams drivers. They do not want to give up their positions.
Good old scrap from the teammates here.
Good old wheel banging. Reminds me of 2021 Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton fighting.
We saw a bit of it earlier at this very corner. Aggressive defending.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick on 5 seconds, 4.8. Yeah, he's already went all the way to where his softs are not as quick as he used to have it on the opening lap.
Yeah.
Which it's painful, but
Oh!
and there was onto the grass. Probably a big lockup that made him do that.
Yeah, he's lucky that he was able to keep control of his car there. That easily could have been Waza losing the position to DJ Lawson.
Exactly.
But despite
at this
Nick,
pace,
go ahead.
as well, Waza will not get the position from Expedito.
No, and the Williams drivers are pushing each other off the road, and it's a penalty from
Waza will not
Waza.
get it anyway. Unlucky.
Was losing his focus here a little bit on lap 35. He's got to make sure he can keep P6 here because DJ Lawson is coming up behind him quick.
Exactly. He'll have to give everything in that last lap because DJ Lawson has seen the penalty given out and thinks, well, I can get them.
Mm-hmm. So there is still a possibility that the Bartol makes a mistake and Nick goes through, but it is very unlikely. The Bartol has just began the final lap of the race.
A very tidy race from Buthofer. Not really that many mistakes from him. Just head down and absolutely send it. The Williams driver's still battling it out. Maybe even trying to create a bigger gap to where they don't fall back as much.
Yeah. Expedito can still pick up a penalty here, and then Ishii will be there to pick up the scraps, but as of now, Expedito will finish ahead of his teammate.
Oh, wheel banging
Oh,
off
he
the track.
almost gets pushed off the track. He almost picks up a penalty.
Not trying to play the team game is Expedito and Ishii.
Oh,
Trying to
he
fight
is
it
very,
hard.
very close on track limits here.
Yeah, 20 like F1 in general also very very painful with the track limits.
So,
But Barthofer takes the victory here, and second place will be Nick. What a beautiful drive from Alpine drivers.
1-2 for Alpine. Lazar can still get, he can still overtake Ishii here after penalties. The gap is currently 3.1. Ishii comes across, or Expedito, sorry, comes across to take P3 on track, followed by Ishii and Super Sean. And Wazar was just short, 5/10 short of Ishii on P5 there. So Wazar comes home P6, followed by DJ Lawson, Queasy, Motion God, Mohammed, Roberto, and Blue Dark.
Yeah, very very a lot of aggressive battles we've seen today.
Lots and lots and lots of action. There was no shortage of it. And that was a
Exactly.
very entertaining race, it must be said.
Came in a little late, but we're at the last half of the race to commentate on.
Congratulations to Expedito, who wins Driver of the Day.
Very well deserved.
Oh, a backflip on the podium.
Yes. You got an Irishman, an Italian, and I'm pretty sure that was a Frenchman on the podium. That's something you don't see very often.
No.
At least not in real life racing. Especially not in F1, because we do not have a Irishman on the driver list.
The Bartofor wins, but fastest lap will go to Nick in P2. Super Sean comes home P3. I believe that's Malta, right? Not France.
That might be Poland even.
No. I think it's Malta. I could be wrong,
It
though.
might be Malta. I don't know fucking flags out of the top of my
Yeah.
head.
Looking at the rest of the grid, we got Expedito, Ishii, Wazah, DJ Lawson, Queasy, Emotion God, Mohammed, Roberto, Blue Dark, Kev the Slice, Pixel Cookie, and Firefly.
Yeah, very unlucky from Firefly.
And
His
week in,
race
week out,
went
we're
from very
seeing
good.
lots of bad luck for Firefly.
Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow we have another race. Sadly, no commentary.
Gran Turismo.
Yes. And I drop things on the floor, as I always do. That is just beautiful.
I have to fact check this now with the Maltese flag.
Oh god,
And
here we
it
go.
is, yeah.
And guys, Mookie knowing his flags.
I'm a bit of a flag wizard. We should add that to the server, the flag game.
Yo, Wizard Harry.
I am a
How are you
well.
feeling about tomorrow, though? You gonna be feeling good on Suzuka?
I hate that track to be honest with you, but
Yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna not
unpopular
like it.
opinion.
I mean, I
Anyways,
like the track, but Corvette, I don't know. We'll see.
well, I mean, you've won both races from pole so far, so there shouldn't be a
True,
problem. But
true, true,
we
true.
will see. The steps looks pretty good so far this season.
True, but yeah, Steps in a very competitive car. Same with Goof. The Lexus,
Yeah,
I told you, it's a good car.
we've got a bit of a
Uh,
constructors battle brewing here between Chevrolet and Lexus.
oh, don't worry. Once Goof doesn't drive one race, it's over.
KR14 having a good start to his season compared to last year, so at least you have a teammate that's helping you a bit.
Yeah, I gave him a quite a good setup for
Yeah.
the upcoming races. We're running basically the exact same setup. We have to run front downforce all the way up, otherwise the Corvette will not respond to any turning. So yeah, very painful, which I have to run because the tire we're on the Corvette is already not very good. But yeah, I can seem to make it work the first few races. Suzuka is one of those tracks where tire wear is pretty significant though, so gotta see how that works.
Hmm. I have lots of mail.
You got mail.
Wow. Customization items. Yeah, lots of stuff that I don't look at because I don't play this game. I'm just a full-time commentator now.
Yeah,
Anyways,
definitely
thank you
ask.
for watching, guys.
Definitely ask. What's it called? Tusky for a commentator because that would love to see that
I
in the
mean,
background and everything.
his DMs are always open. You go ahead and ask him what he thinks.
Yeah, true. Maybe I
Well,
can get somebody to not get paid, but I know Tusky. Tusky wants to pay people, but yeah.
yeah. Well, that's it from me. Thank you, Ghosted, for joining the commentary box, and thank you everyone for watching.
No worries.
Have a good night, guys.